Good afternoon, Colonel Country, and welcome to another episode of Colonel's Corner. On today's episode, we'll be previewing the 2021 Wilkes University women's basketball season. Our guest today is head coach Tara Macciocco. Coach, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Adam.
Now, Coach, obviously we're in a truncated 2021 season. You're entering your third season on the sideline for the Colonels. What are your expectations as you try to balance, playing the games, getting the experience, and obviously what we're going through with COVID right now?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, first and foremost, we're just thankful that we have an opportunity to get on the floor every day and compete. And all fall long, we would say, been preaching, stay safe, and in hopes that so at some point we will be able to compete against someone other than ourselves. And I think we're all very, very thankful that moment is coming up hopefully in a few days for us. And I think we just appreciate the fact that we get a chance to get out there every day and get better and come together as a group. And I think everybody's been doing a great job of making sure that they're staying safe and doing everything to take care of themselves. And the university has been very great about that as well. So we're just using this as an opportunity to get better, get some experience, get some competition in this season, and in hopes to build on all of that moving forward into next year.
Now let's talk about some of the returners you have coming back. You've had a young roster the last couple of years, but obviously they've gained experience as you've been here. Can you just kind of talk to us about some of the players that you have coming back and what you're looking forward to with them this year?
Yeah, I mean, I think our senior class is going to be key for us this year. Especially with Gabby Smachurko and Maddie Kelly have played significant minutes, and I think coming into this year, they really both have stepped up in terms of being more vocal leaders, kind of taking charge as their team. And Carolee Pierce has been with me since my years at Marywood, so she came in with us. So I've had her with me for 4 years as well. So I think all three of them know what we expect out of them. So they're kind of preaching that to the younger players and leading by both example and kind of telling them what to do and where to go. And I think they're very excited to be able to get this opportunity to play as well. And I'm glad for them that they get a chance to get out on the floor before they get out of here a few more times.
Now, what can you tell us about the newcomers? What do we have to look forward to with some of the freshmen and transfers that are coming in this year?
Yeah, I mean, I think Julia Marino is probably one of the biggest ones that stands out to us. She's a freshman point guard from Washington Township High School in New Jersey. She fortunately ran the same type of offensive system that we run here all through high school. So she's very familiar with a lot of the calls we make. So she's been doing a great job of handling the basketball for us. And then we brought in a lot of height. Erin Schober is 6'2", and I sometimes will stretch her to a 6'3" center from Wilson Westlawn. Tess Edwards from local kid from Northwest area. Both very, very long, very athletic, can get up and down the floor, can rebound the ball really well, but are also very, 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 very tough on the defensive end. I think they're going to make it hard on opposing teams. We've also got a transfer from Moravian, Bailey, and I'm gonna kill her last name here, Bailey Gaddis, who is also a softball player for us. She's going to kill me when she hears about the pronunciation part of it, but she is tough, and she's going at people in practice and making it so competitive and so physical. And I was telling them yesterday in practice that in my 20 years of coaching, this is probably the most physical team I've ever had. So it's exciting. And with all of those returners, seniors, and the newcomers, I forgot to talk about the group in between. There's still a lot of great players that are in between those two classes as well that have done a great job. So we're excited.
Now, let's talk about the MAC Freedom. Obviously, we're playing a MAC-only schedule this year. But the last 3 years, we've had a lot of changes, and that continues this year with the addition of Arcadia and Lycoming. We're not going to be playing Lycoming this year. We will see Arcadia. And the subtraction of Eastern. Can you talk about, those changes that we've seen and kind of how it changes not so much what we're doing, just the expectations that we have and just the changes to the schedule?
Yeah, we actually won't see Arcadia. The men see Arcadia. We don't. So we won't see them either. So we don't get to see either of the new teams that have come in. But I think adding Lycoming to the MAC Freedom side is definitely, they're a very, very physical team. We had them here last year in a crossover game, non-league game, I guess you would call it. And they're very, very physical and tough. Arcadia, I don't honestly know that much about. I know that's your alma mater, but you probably would know more about them than I do at this point. But I just think the conference in itself is just a tough conference. So anybody anybody that's coming and going, you know that they're always going to be very, very competitive, and they're going to want to get up and down the floor, and they're going to want to play physical and tough with you.
Now let's talk about some of the positives we've seen in this truncated season. Obviously, with having a shorter season, there's a lot of negatives to look down upon, but there's also some positives. Can you tell us about some of the good things you've seen and some of the positives that you think the student athletes are getting just by playing in a shortened season?
I mean, I think everybody, and not just student athletes, I think everybody in general is having a much higher appreciation for the little things in life, and the fact that, this stuff could be taken away from us at any point. And I think for us, being able to play the sport we love and being able to have a chance to come in and do that as a group, and you could see from day one when everybody got back here onto campus, it was like, yes, we're all back, and we see these faces, and it's like you finally see somebody other than your families, and you see somebody other than people through Zoom, and you actually get to have interaction with people. And I think that's been really great. And like I said, I think it makes us so much more appreciative of all these little things that we tend to take for granted. So I think that that's definitely something that you could see out here, that every day we get out on the court, I think everybody is very thankful for that, and they know that it could be taken away at any point, and they give everything they possibly can, and want to make sure that they get the most out of the experience. So I think that's something that aside from athletics, sports, whatever, anything, I think real world, it's nice to see that people are much more appreciative of things now, because things could be taken away at any moment.
All right, Coach. Wilkes University women's basketball kicks off the 2021 season this Thursday when they host DeSales University inside the Marts Center. Tip-off scheduled for 7 p.m. Coach, thanks for joining us. Good luck this year.
Thank you, Adam.